Hey guys, welcome back to TechLink Daily. My name is Creighton Miller, and this is the #1 place for your hottest tech news on a daily basis. We begin today with some sad-ish type news, and that is this is the last TLD, TechLink Daily, for at least a little while, because I have to go back to school and I can't sustain doing daily videos, but I will still do weekly videos, probably 2 or 3 a week, depending on my schedule and how fast I can get them out. But I will still have content on this YouTube channel, just not daily. We hope to bring you a lot of product reviews, a lot of fun and entertaining stuff, and we hope to bring in the community even more than we already have with these videos and much more beyond. We will still be providing content both on this channel and our gaming channel, youtube.com/LogicLounge Gaming. We'll have Let's Plays, we'll have achievement guides, stuff like that. So go over there, click that subscribe button, as well as the subscribe button over here. And before we get into the news as well, go check out our hands-on with the brand new Nexus 7 tablet. I give you my first initial impressions and tell you what I like about it, tell you what I don't like about it already, and then I kind of wrap it all up. But we will have a full and official review coming out in the very, very near future. So, without further ado, let's get on to today's top tech news. And the first one is Apple related, as I read it off of my brand new Nexus 7 tablet. From 9to5 Mac, free content begins showing up in Apple Store iOS app amid sales push. So, it seems like the Apple stores are starting to decline just a little bit in their sales numbers. And so to attract customers in, they're starting to give out free iOS applications for visiting the store. So if you don't already have an iPhone, or if you already have an iPhone, get the Apple Store app. And then when you walk into the Apple Store, you can launch the app. Not only can you get a free application on the app as well that are starting to roll out, but you can also get help right from here. So you can request somebody to come help you by just using the application and being on the store connected to their Wi-Fi. It's kind of a cool, neat idea, so you're not waiting around for somebody. So if you don't already have that app and you go to an Apple store, you should probably go ahead and get it. And it's also nice to get free applications. I know I love going to Starbucks because I always get some sort of free application for being a gold member and for it sitting right there on the coffee stand that shows you that there's free iOS apps. It's kind of cool. So, let you know about that. Moving on though, more Apple news, more sad Apple news. From NBC News Business blog, Apple faces 5-year ban for ebook price fixing conspiracy. So it has been ruled that Apple is guilty of price fixing to undercut Amazon and still keep high prices. And it's very interesting to see. And this ruling, or this proposed ruling, is that it will bar them from entering any anti-competitive ebook distribution contracts for 5 years, and should end its business ties with 5 publishers with which it conspired to raise ebook prices. And this has been proposed not only by the U.S. Department of Justice, but also 33 states and territories as well that are backing this. Basically, yeah, they're doing that. We'll see how well that goes over though, and see if that will be the ruling. Apple, why? You're a good company, and you have tons of money. And you get even more tons of money for everything you sell and buy. So why do you need to be price fixing and all that stuff? It's beyond me. But it happens, I guess. You love free software, don't you? Open source software is even better. And the #1 place to probably get open source software is SourceForge. And this comes from the official SourceForge blog. Today, we offer Dev Share Beta, a sustainable way to fund open source software. So what this is it's an implementation of an adware installer within installers from SourceForge. So if you download popular applications from SourceForge, like FileZilla, and you install the software, it'll now come with a kind of an adware installer asking of you if you want to install a toolbar or look at this ad before you continue on. Now, there's huge controversy over this because, great, it's raising money for open source software, but if you don't clearly outline that it's an advertisement, and I mean like clearly outline that it's an advertisement, and you make it look like they're trying to accept terms and services, but you're accepting terms and services for the advertisement and not the software, it installs it anyways, and you get this whole bug and adware and stuff like that. So it's kind of a two-way street. I'm not a fan of adware at all. I'm not a fan of those installers that want you to install a toolbar. I mean, because who uses toolbars anymore, really? I'm not a fan of any software that installs any secondary software without me wanting it. I mean, I installed an application on my Nexus 7 the other day, and it came with another application that installed itself directly on my my Nexus, without me wanting it to, and I just pressed the install button. I hate applications that do that. Be clear and cut with everything. Don't do that just because you want more money. You shouldn't be making apps because you want money. You should be making apps because they're functional. And that is my philosophy behind that, and hopefully it doesn't catch on too far. But moving on to something even better, if you watch Netflix and you maybe have kids in the house or other people, you might have found that your recommendations for Netflix movies and TV shows has been a little bit off. Like, I have a friend who has little kids and they watched a lot of Dora the Explorer, and he found that a lot of kids shows were in his recommended feed. Well, from the tech blog at Cron, finally, Netflix starts rolling out profiles for family members. So while families can share one Netflix account, they now can have profiles on that one account. So the kids can have one channel, so you're not going to get recommendations for little kids video in your stream, and the parents can have another one so they can get the correct recommendations in their stream. Kind of a very cool and novel idea. Great to see Netflix implementing it. They do have a checkbox in there, so if you are making a kids account, you can say this is a kids account under 12, so we'll let them watch mature content, stuff like that. Kind of interesting. I like to see where it's going, so if you do have Netflix and you want to implement that, it should be rolling out within the next couple of hours or so to fully all of their customers. And then you get to pick nice little icons for everybody, and then when you watch a movie, or when you're going to watch a movie, it asks who's watching, and you can pick out of anybody on there who's watching, so it can give you the correct recommendations next time you log in. It's quite interesting. Moving on though, your TV might be watching you. This is a blog from CNN Money. Apparently, some hackers have found out how to hack into smart TV's cameras, because some high-end televisions nowadays comes with cameras installed in them so that you could Skype with family members, or, you know, what else would you do with a camera on your television? It's quite weird. Well, apparently these hackers have found a way to hack into those cameras and be able to watch you while you're watching TV or your movie or whatever. And it's kind of interesting and scary that televisions can now be hacked because they have cameras. I would have thought that televisions would be the last thing that somebody would want to hack, but who knows. Moving on though to next story from Mashable.com. Bluehost, HostGator, and HostMonster go down. We used to use HostGator way back when LogicLounge was much smaller and didn't get as much traffic as it had. It was on shared hosting for like $9 a month. It was pretty cheap. It was nice. But then we outgrew the hosting, and some people who just have sites use shared hosters like HostGator to run their websites. Well, apparently their data center went down, and I mean down, like their hundreds of thousands of customers, everything went down. So if you were on HostGator, Bluehost, they have like other sister companies that has some two-word hoster thingy in it, you know what I mean. All went down as well. No clear-cut reason why. Clear-cut reason why that they're telling us. We can only speculate that their data centers got cut off offline somehow. Don't know just yet. But yeah, if you are a HostGator customer and your website's down, it's probably going to be down for a little while longer while they're trying to fix the issues. Because as of now, most of their customers are still down. So while I take a sip of whatever's in this cup, I'm going to tell you that Comcast starts tinkering with 5 gigabyte usage caps. And what do I mean by 5 gigabyte usage caps? Well, this article from DSLreports.com, I was going to say it was broadband.com, but that's not it. It's from their blog. Comcast starts tinkering with 5 gigabyte usage caps, meaning if you're somebody who doesn't use the internet a lot, uses less than 5 gigabytes a month, me is not one of those, you could potentially get a $5 credit on your bill for staying under that 5 gigabyte cap per month. And that means like you're not going to be watching any YouTube videos, you're not going to be watching anything, you're not going to be streaming anything. The only thing that you're probably going to do is visit a couple websites and check email. And that would be like the bare minimum of 5 gigs right there. And they're offering a $5 discount, but if you go over that 5 gigabytes, you have to pay $1 per gigabyte that you go over. So if you happen to have a high usage month where you're going to stream a lot of videos and you go maybe 10 gigs over, you're going to have to pay $10 because that's what they're going to charge you. So it's a kind of a catch-22. It's you got to make sure you're not going to use more than 5 gigs or else you're going to have to pay Comcast. And now this might be a way to actually extort more money out of people because people might think, I don't use 5 gigs in a month, and it turns out they may use 20, 50, 100 gigs in a month, and then you're going to be stuck with that large bill because you've used so much data. I don't think it's a good move if you are somebody who would think that they would go after this deal. It's more for their economy. Is it economy broadband? I don't know what they call it. It's kind of economy plus broadband, excuse me. And I don't know. It doesn't sound like a good idea, but apparently Comcast is trying to battle with Time Warner over their similar move like this. Quite interesting. Don't know if I would do it though. Probably not, because I use hundreds of gigabytes of data per month. Did you know? Today I learned something. Today I learned Korea has their own tablet. Now I'm talking about North Korea, not South Korea. North Korea made their own tablet. From Mashable.com, Kim Jong-un's tablet can do one thing your iPad can't. Yes, if you didn't know North Korea was that technologically advanced, they can make tablets. And they have made a tablet. It does run on Android, and it is quite a nice tablet. They boast that it has a 1.2 gigahertz processor, which is theoretically faster than a Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 and even an iPad 2. So it's got a faster processor, but I think the new iPad with the 1.4 gigahertz processor is a tad bit faster. Now, what am I talking about? What does it have that doesn't have on any other tablets? Well, there's a video on this Mashable post showing it off. You can see the tablet itself, but if I can scroll through here, it's quite interesting to see what it has. So I believe, there it is. So watch the guy. Watching? Do you see what's coming out there? Yeah, that's a TV antenna. The tablet has a TV antenna to get signal over the air, not streaming TV, I mean over the air TV signals. It can get it on this tablet, which I think is actually quite a novel and cool idea. Because, you know, I like watching regular TV sometimes too, but you know, it's kind of hard when you have a tablet that you can't really do that unless you have some secondary device. Just a small pull-out antenna. Not sure if any tablets will adopt this idea, but it's kind of cool to see North Korea's tablet do something that no other tablet can do in the future. Quite interesting. And I think that actually is, if I'm not mistaken, our last article for today. Would you look at that? Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's move on into our question of the day before I forget. I have no hardware for today. I know it's our last video and I've got no hardware. I'm sorry, I've got nothing. But what I can ask you is our question of the day and have you guys answer it in the comment section down below. And that is, how much data do you use in 1 month? Now, it's quite trivial for me because I can vary so much between months. Last month, I used well, actually 2 months ago, excuse me, 2 months ago, I used over 500 gigabytes. Last month, the month of July, I used 300 gigabytes. Quite interesting to see the jump there. I had a friend, though, last month that actually used 3 terabytes of their Comcast data plan. Well, you know, their cable plan. And that was his first month using it. And in his first month, he used 3 terabytes. Now, he tells me he accidentally did that because he left his computer on and he had a download of, I believe, Ubuntu on. And he forgot to stop it after it was done downloading. So when he was gone for 2 weeks, it uploaded 2 terabytes worth of stuff. Quite interesting and funny as well. They haven't yelled at him as of yet, but again, let me know how much data you use in a month. I'd be surprised to see, you know, what the variation is. If there's a straight kind of line of like everybody uses between 200 or 300 gigs, or some people are all over the place. I don't know, but it's a nice question to ask. So that will be our last question of the day for a little while. Be sure to follow us on our social media profiles, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all under the username of LogicLounge. And hopefully you get that. Twitter.com/LogicLounge, Facebook.com/LogicLounge, Google+, well, that's interesting. It's gplus.to/LogicLounge. Links are down below. And yeah, this is our last TechLink Daily for a while. Probably when I come back next summer or when I get more time, maybe I'll get some more time in the future and I'll be able to do this more. But for right now, we're going back to 2 to 3 videos a week, full of reviews, how-tos, content like that. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching for this past summer. I really do appreciate it. It's been fun for me to make these videos. I really like that you guys like to interact with us, like to watch these videos. I really, really do appreciate it. And I'd like to thank you guys for all that you've enabled me to do and all the entertainment that I've been able to bring you. So thank you guys so much. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this video. And without further ado, leave those comments down below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in our next video.